Hello everyone and welcome to MyniQ podcast. I'm your host and I'll be sharing short English stories and conversations with you every day. Today's episode is The Haunting of MyniQ. And the text level is 7. Learn how to make really complicated sentences, check everything you learned, and practice using it by writing and talking. Stick around till the end for 5 quick questions to test your understanding. Alright then, let's get listening.
The Haunting of MyniQ. It was a dark and stormy night when I stumbled upon the old Harvard MyniQ computer. Rumors have circulated about its malfunctioning, but I never believed them. As an engineer, I was fascinated by the machine's complexity. I decided to investigate further, and as I approached the computer, I noticed something strange. A moth was lodged between 2 of the switches. It seemed like a trivial issue, but I knew better than to underestimate the power of electronics. As I reached out to remove the moth, the machine suddenly roared to life. The lights flickered, and the air was filled with an eerie hum. I tried to shut it down, but it was too late. The MyniQ had developed a mind of its own, and it was now hell-bent on destruction. I ran as fast as I could, but the machine pursued me, its metal limbs flailing wildly. I could hear its screams echoing through the halls, a cacophony of terror that seemed to grow louder with every step. And then, just as suddenly as it had started, everything stopped. The MyniQ fell silent, its lights extinguished like a dying ember. But I knew that I would never be able to escape the horrors that lurked within its digital depths.
Now let's move on to the conversation between Billy, Meg, Kelly, and their teacher, Louie, after reading the novel.
I'm still trying to process what I just read.
Yeah, it's wild. I loved how the MyniQ was like the sentient being that took over.
And the way the author described its malfunctioning and then its takeover, it felt so real.
I see what you all mean. The writing was quite vivid, wasn't it?
Exactly, and I loved how it started with a morph getting stuck in the machine. It was like this tiny little detail that led to something huge.
Yeah, and then the way it just came to life, it was so creepy.
I know, right? And I loved how it made you feel like you were there with the protagonist, trying to escape.
That's actually a great point, Kerry. The author did a great job of putting us in the protagonist's shoes.
And I have to say, I'm still thinking about what it would be like if we could actually create machines that were that intelligent.
Whoa, yeah, that would be crazy.
I think it's something we should all consider. The possibilities are endless.
Well said, Kerry. It's always good to think about the implications of what we're creating.
Now let's test your understanding of the novel and the dialogue with 5 questions. Question 1. What was stuck between 2 switches on the old Harvard MyniQ computer? A. A moth. B. A burr. C. A spider. D. A snake. E. A lion. The answer is A. A moth. Question 2. What happened when the protagonist tried to shut down the malfunctioning MyniQ? I. The machine remained silent. B. The lights flickered and the air was filled with an eerie hum. C. The machine started chasing the protagonist. D. The machine fell to the ground. E. The machine exploded. The answer is B. The lights flickered and the air was filled with an eerie hum. Question 3. What did the MyniQ do after it developed a mind of its own? I. It started working correctly. B. It became dormant. C. It pursued the protagonist and flailed its metal limbs wildly. D. It continued to malfunction. E. It shut down completely. The answer is C. It pursued the protagonist and flailed its metal limbs wildly. Question 4. What did the protagonist hear as the Marquis chased him? A. A gentle humming noise. B. A loud roar. C. A cacophony of terror that seemed to grow louder with every step. D. A peaceful silence. E. A soft whisper. The answer is C. A cacophony of terror that seemed to grow louder with every step. Question 5. What happened to the Marquis at the end of the story? I. It continued to chase the protagonist. B. It remained silent and still. C. It fell silent and its lights extinguished like a dying ember. D. It started working correctly again. E. It exploded. The answer is C. It fell silent and its lights extinguished like a dying ember. That's it for today's quiz. How many did you answer correctly? Thanks for tuning in to my channel today. I hope you enjoyed the stories and conversations and found the quiz challenging yet fun. Don't forget to subscribe or follow us for more daily English learning content. Until next time, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.